It sure has been a long time since I asked you guys to comment on stuff for me to react to, so we're gonna do a sequel to the Green Day hot takes video I made about 1 billion years ago. Have fun! Also, I'll be rating your hot takes for how much I agree with them from a scale of 0 to 10, or maybe even lower depending on how bad it is. Who knows? Let's get started. Ordinary World is one of the best songs on Revolution Radio. Yes, absolute yes. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Revolution Radio, but I will say this album does have its gems, Ordinary World being one of them. A bit strange to have this as the closer, but I guess it works in a similar way to Married with Children or Butterfly in that you have this big, impactful, long song near the end, and then a cute little acoustic closer to just tie the whole thing up, I guess, I don't know. I like how stripped down it feels compared to the rest of the album, and it also harkens back to Somewhere now with it being acoustic. It only makes sense that the closer of an album would be similar to the opener, am I right? Feeling an 8 on this take, but is it a hot take? Yeah, I'd say so, hence why it isn't a 10, but it's a damn good take. X-Kid deserved a proper music video. X-Kid is one of the trilogy's best songs, maybe a bit overrated, but I still really like it. And this take is also one I agree with. X-Kid was released as the one and only single from Trey, and honestly, seeing how good the Stray Heart and Kill the DJ music videos came out, I'd really love it if X-Kid got a proper music video. Yes, I know there was a fan-made one, same for the animated Nuclear Family video, but for how great those two videos are, they don't count since they weren't actually made by Green Day themselves. Honestly, this take is valid as fuck. 10. Father of All is one of the best albums Green Day made. Look, if you like Father of All because it's batshit insane or because you think it's catchy or some other personal reason, fine, I'll let you live. I'm still going to rate this take a strong 0 though, alright? There's no way I'm ever going to agree with this. Green Day has no misses until Dose. Absolutely valid. Green Day never came close to making anything I'd call a bad album until Dose. Uno is a good album, people, you just don't get it. 10. Strangeland is fire. Most forgettable song off of the most forgettable Green Day release. 3. Father to Son is better than Boulevard. Not even close. I will say Father to a Son is one of the better tracks from Saviors, but it still isn't that memorable. Boulevard is very overplayed, but I still love it way more than Father to a Son. 2. Makeout Party is a banger. I will say, this track has grown on me a lot. I thought it was shit originally when I first listened to Dose a while back, but now I really dig it. Mostly thanks to the riff and how wacky the song feels. 8. Worry Rock is the best song on Nimrod. I'm not super huge on Worry Rock, to be honest. Like, it's a good song, but compared to the rest of the album, it's no contest. It's not even close. 3. Kerplunk is their best album, Nimrod second. Kerplunk certainly is a solid album, but nowhere near their best album by any stretch of the imagination. Nimrod is most certainly their second best, though. Objectively, American Idiot is Green Day's best album, with Nimrod being second, but Dookie is my favourite. Turns out Nimrod is also my second favourite. Who knew? 6. Amy is really good and overhated. People hate Amy? I thought this was a really nice tribute to Amy Winehouse, and in my opinion is also the best trilogy closer despite it being on the worst album. 7. Troublemaker is overhated if you ignore the lyrics. Absolutely. Troublemaker is an absolute bop, and I'm tired of pretending it isn't. The lyrics are really spotty though, and I will say that. But lyrics aside, it's a banger. 9. I think the trilogy is underrated. It's not S tier material, but Uno and Trey are both A tiers. Dose is B. There is only one album of the trilogy I consider to be even close to being underrated, and that's Uno. Dose is not a B tier. I don't care what you say. This shit is low C tier, high D tier at best. Now, Trey is an interesting case. I re-listened to it a few days ago as part of my video about the trilogy I was going to make, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Still not better than Uno by any means, but it certainly is better than Revolution Radio to me. There's quite a few gems on this one, I'll tell you that for sure. 8. Sweet Children EP is their worst record. Trey is the best of the trilogy. Jesus, a lot of hot takes about the trilogy, huh? Trey is only the second best of the trilogy, but it has much better everything compared to the Sweet Children EP. The amount of times I've had to explain this as a separate entity from Kerplunk is aggravating. Easily the worst Green Day release with 3 tracks that are indistinguishable in nature. The My Generation cover is pretty good though, so it has that. 8. 21st Century Breakdown is their best album and does not come close in comparison to any of their other albums on their discography. Honestly, for me, 21st Century Breakdown is a bit bloated and self-indulgent, but honestly, it's a really good album, but I don't agree that it's their best one at all. 6. People are low-key sleeping on Revolution Radio. No, they aren't. It's nothing special. It has a few good singles, but overall it's just not really that good of an album. 2. Dookie is extremely overrated and carried by singles. This is by far the worst one so far. 0. Uptight is the best song from Nimrod. It's good, but I'll take All the Time in the Grouch any day. 3. Dirty Rotten Bastards is a slept-on song off of Trey and is probably the best song in the entire trilogy as a whole. Dirty Rotten Bastards is boring and very overrated. I just do not like this song at all, and I don't understand why so many people seem to love it. 0. 39 Smooth and Kerplunk are better than 21st Century Breakdown. Absolutely, though I wouldn't say by much. 7. Why Do You Want Him is one of the best songs off of 1039 Smoothed. This isn't even a hot take. This is the truth. 10. 21st Century Breakdown is better than any Green Day album from the 90s besides Nimrod. Fuck, there's a lot of 21st Century Breakdown in this video too. I wouldn't say this considering Dookie, Insomniac, and Kerplunk exist, but again, 21st Century Breakdown is a good album. 3. Chicken Stars is better than Green Day. Who and what are Chicken Stars? -1. Fuck Time and Nightlife are better than many of the songs on Uno and Trey. Let me guess. Baseline? -1. Nimrod is boring and a 6.5 out of 10. Absolutely not. Nimrod is a classic and rightfully so. 0. Their best song is Jesus of Suburbia. Objectively speaking, yes, Jesus of Suburbia is Green Day's best song, but it is far from even being close to being my favourite. 5. 1000 Hours is bad. No, it isn't, though it is quite weak thanks to the one I want, but every other track is amazing. 4. The Forgotten is good. Absolutely not even close with this one. -1. Saviors is bad. Saviors isn't bad, though it isn't very memorable either. I hardly, if ever, returned to it besides Look Man, No Brains and One-Eyed Bastard. Well, there certainly were some interesting takes in this video. Some I agreed with, and others... That's it for today. I promise I'll try and get another big video out soon, but I'm kind of stuck on what I should do next. Also, don't bother suggesting ideas. Not that I'm ungrateful, it's just that it's unlikely that I'll ever use them. Take care.